So please welcome acclaimed international speaker, best-selling author, and tireless advocate, whose work has earned her a place among Time Magazine's 100 most influential people in the world, and led to the portrayal of her early life in an award-winning HBO biopic, Temple Grandin.
Now, I think one of the things that's really wonderful tonight for some of the kids here that performed, this is a real venue. Yeah. And I think that's important. I think kids today, I'm talking about a lot of kids today, they aren't getting exposed to enough interesting things. My last engagement before coming here was Fermi Lab, the National Accelerator Lab, think particle physics. And I now think about steel handrails in a totally different way because neutrinos can go through them. Atoms are like little solar systems, the spaces between them, the neutrinos go through the spaces. And I went down into this freight elevator down in a tunnel where they had this equipment that shot the neutrinos up to Minnesota, and they go right through everything. So it makes you think about a lot of things. Also, I had a good time there looking for Spot and Aspie, because they're all over everywhere there. I'm not kidding. And I had some very interesting meetings with scientists there, physicists, mechanical engineers, drafting people, machine shop people, getting into really cool jobs. How did they get interested? They had a science teacher in high school that got them turned on. You see, this gets back to getting kids exposed to enough different things. I think it's very bad that schools have taken out music. How are you going to get interested in music if you don't get exposed to instruments? Theater, John Luke Picard, Star Trek, the school play that saved him. 6th grade school play. We got to get kids out showing stuff. I got interested in cattle because I got exposed to them when I was 15. You've got to show kids lots of things. And taking out all the career classes, it's one of the worst things that they've done in a lot of the schools. Now let's talk about the world of work. I had a slow transition from the world of school to the world of work. And that first started out with a sewing job that my mother set up for me with a neighborhood seamstress. Then when I was 15, I was cleaning horse stalls. Then I went out to my aunt's ranch. When I was in college, I did an internship at a research lab and another internship at a summer program for kids with autism and other disorders. Volunteer work does count as long as it's outside the home on a schedule. They've got to learn that discipline and responsibility of having a job. And we need to hopefully start in middle school. Because I've seen too many kids where they're graduating from college, sometimes with advanced degrees, and they've never learned working skills. Like they might say, well, I have authority issues with the boss or something. Well, sometimes you just got to do what the boss tells you to do. At least call it work. So let's look at some of the things that we could just set up in the neighborhood. Paper route substitutes. I wish we had paper routes, so we don't have them anymore. So what can we set up in the neighborhood? How about walk dogs for 2 neighbors? Every morning at 6 o'clock, you got 2 dogs to walk. You got to give those dogs the full 30 minutes. I have a friend that she's had somebody walk a dog and she knows he cheats. It's the full 30 minutes. How about setting up chairs at the community center? There's a lot of different things. Maybe help an old person out buy their groceries, but it's something on a schedule that they've got to do. And then when they get to be 16, or if it's 14 in Colorado, go right into the real economy. Work at McDonald's, work in a retail store, work in a grocery store. Now, one of the problems we got with the spectrum is it's such a broad spectrum. So you've got Einstein with no language till age 3, you got half of Silicon Valley, you got Fermi Lab, you got Mozart, you got lots of famous artists and musicians, and then you've got people more kind of in the middle, the moderate level, and then you have people that have got many more handicaps and may have trouble with just daily living skills. And what I don't want to see is somebody, for some people, pushing grocery carts is an appropriate career. But for others, a summer job pushing grocery carts is good training, but then they need to be going on to something else. I'm seeing way kids today getting addicted to video games.
Yes.
And I've had some interesting discussions with people on how they got involved in things like computer programming. Back in the DOS days, kids saw a computer's guts. They could see programming code. They don't see that now, unless somebody deliberately exposes them to something like computer programming. Now I found that when I was a weird nerd, I had to sell my work. People didn't want to talk to me, but I'd whip out my drawings. And I loved the fact that the HBO movie showed my chops. My actual real drawings had cattle animated over them, and that scene with all the guys around the big desk, that turned me on. I think it's so important to find out what they're good at. I'm seeing a lot of kids getting up against the wall of algebra. So how did I manage to get through college since I couldn't do algebra? Thank goodness in '67 they had the educational fad of finite math, probability, matrices, and statistics. That absolutely, totally saved me. We got to start finding back doors. You have a good portfolio of music, artwork, have it on your phone, because you never know who you can show that to. And I would have liked to, you know, had a great show tonight, but there's one little comment I want to make. I wish on the animation stuff, you'd show a bit more portfolio. Here's this guy, 5-second clip of his work. This guy, a 5-second clip of his work. Because somebody's going to see that and they'll hire them. Well, I'm not...
Thank you.